Now this story is about two pickpockets. And the first one came from, well, very close to where we are now. As a young lad, this is where he lived. And he hung around the town, around the marketplace. In them days, his hair was dyed green and red. You know, he wore the scruffy t-shirts, the baggy trousers and the scruffy trainers. And he just hung around, and he was always picking pockets. And he was very good at it. He never got caught. This went on some time, and then he left school. And when he left school, he got to think about earning a living. Well, he hadn't done very well at school, but he thought, well, the pickpocketing. So he set himself up. He went, he got himself a suit off the peg, a few shirts, smart tie, leather shoes, had his hair cut, nice and neat, and then he started to commute into Birmingham every day. Sometimes he'd go on the train, and sometimes he'd be on the bus, and all the while, like on the stations or in the bus queues, he was picking pockets. Then when he got into town, he'd go around the rag market there, and he'd, you know, pick a few more in the department stores, and he made quite a decent living at it. And it went on for some time. And then one evening, after an hard day at the office, as he called it, there was an item on ATV Today. And it said the police were cracking down on the gang of pickpockets that were operating in Birmingham. Well, the fact was, there wasn't a gang of pickpockets. It was just him. He was so prolific, you see. But he decided it was time to move on. So he did. He got himself an handmade suit, some very nice shirts, silk tie, some very expensive shoes, had his hair done at a proper salon, you know, and he took himself off to London. Now, when he got down there, the first afternoon he was there, he didn't intend to do any work, as he called it, but he decided to go and suss the place out. So he went down Oxford Street into a big department store. And, well, he was just wandering around, and there, at the perfume counter, he saw this guy. I mean, because the thing is, this is about pickpockets have got to look right wherever they are. And he'd always look right. And in this store, he looked right because he was dressed like. And in this store, there was, at the perfume counter, this fella, obviously buying something for his mistress, you see, and he pulled out a big watch in his wallet, you know, big watch. And he saw this, and he thought, well, I can't turn my nose up at that, can I? So he wandered over and he lifted the wallet and he dropped the wallet in his pocket. He was just about to go, and he noticed the Rolex watch. He thought, might as well take that as well. So the watch. And as he walked away, he went to put the watch in his pocket, and he realised the wallet had gone. He thought, what sort of a place have I come to? You know, I've been robbed. Well, he looked around, and all the people in that place just looked like they belonged there. And as he scanned the place, there was just one young lady, and she was dressed like she could have been an high flyer in some corporation, you know, dressed very smartly. But she held his gaze just that 1 second too long. He looked round again, and again, there it was. She held his gaze. She turned as she walked out of the store, so he followed her. She went into a coffee shop, and he walked in and he sat down at the table with her. He says, it was you, wasn't it? She says, what was me? He says, you pinched my wallet. No. I said, oh, it's your wallet, was it? Oh. And he said, you're very good. But they started then, you know, a conversation. They started discussing things, and the young lady said, yeah, you're very good, but you're not as good as me. And they said, well, you know, we ought to prove which one of us is the best. So the next day they met up and they went to work. And working as a pair, it was made life easier because there's always one to look out. And they did very well. And of course, two young, good-looking people spending a lot of time together, the inevitable happened. they fell in love. Yeah, they actually got married. It didn't spoil anything, they still got on, you know. Anyway, they were doing well in what they sort of termed as their family business. But then, the young lady fell pregnant. And she gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. And of course, as parents everywhere do, you know, they doted on the child, and as all parents do, they thought their child, whatever he did in future life, is going to be the best. But they'd got it all mapped out. He was going to come into the family business, and he was going to be the best pickpocket ever. And, well, he took his maternity leave, you know, and then he went back to work, and the young lady stopped at home looking after the child. But he came back one night. He'd only been back a couple of days, and he came back, and his wife was distraught. And she said, you know, he says, what's the matter? He says, it's the baby. He says, you know, I hadn't noticed before. I don't know how I hadn't noticed, but he never moves his hand. He always keeps his right hand clutched to his chest, and he never moves it. And then he looked and thought, yeah, he does. I've never seen it, you know, always that right hand clenched in a fist and held to his chest. Well, they rushed him down to the local hospital, and they did some tests, and they couldn't find anything wrong with the child. But of course, they'd met a few bob by now, so they thought, oh, we'll get a specialist. They went down to Harley Street to see this specialist. Rather pompous sort of fellow. He got a very, you know, the dicky bow and the posh waistcoat, and across his stomach was a big, thick gold chain with a gold watch on it. And even given the gravity of the situation, they looked at him and both thought, if we met you outside, mate, we'd relieve you of that. But anyway, the guy got down to business, and he done a few tests, didn't prove anything. So he said, right, he says, hold the child up, facing me. And he held the child up, like that, facing him. And he took his chain and his watch, and he started to swing it. Very slowly, from side to side. And the child's eyes followed that watch, following it. And then he started to move it as he swung it closer and closer. And then, when it was close enough for the child to reach, his little hand shot out, it opened, and he grabbed the watch. But when he'd opened his hand, something had fell to the floor. It turned out to be the midwife's gold ring.